Good evening, and thanks for watching FSCTV. I'm Andrew Pauling.
And I'm Kenzie Council. Tonight on The Weekly, the Polk Museum of Art is among the recipients of the Mayor's Council for the Arts Grant, Florida's largest pumpkin debuts in North Tampa, and Virginia's polling registration website shuts down yesterday during the final day for state residents to submit their voter applications. We bring you these stories and more right now at 6:30.
From Studio A on the campus of Florida Southern College, this is FSC TV.
Florida Southern announced in an email last week that undergraduate students graduating in spring 2021 who have yet to participate in their junior journey experience are eligible to travel on any trip through May 2023. Furthermore, graduates who are unable to attend a trip during the extended time frame can request a one-time travel stipend of $2,000. Eligible students will receive an email when the stipend request period opens. In the email, the college said they, quote, regret that the pandemic has resulted in domestic and international travel restrictions that prevent junior journey from taking place.
The Polk Museum of Art received nearly $82,000 in grant funding from the City of Lakeland along with 10 other art organizations. The Mayor's Council for the Arts announced the 2020-2021 grant recipients. The council oversees the, quote, enhancement, promotion, and support of Lakeland's arts. Formerly, there were only 8 recipients of the annual grant, but the council has recently been expanding representation and the number of groups receiving funds. The Polk Museum of Art, who is affiliated with Florida Southern, received the largest grant amount, with the Polk Theater and Explorations V Children's Museum closing out the top 3 highest receiving organizations at $39,000 and $36,000 respectively. Now it's time for your Southern Spotlight segment on your news at 6:30. FSCTV partners with SGA to bring you more campus news and to highlight resources available within the Florida Southern community. The first item we're spotlighting tonight is an agenda topic from the past state of campus, addressing students' concerns regarding the data available on the FSC COVID dashboard.
Hey Mocs, welcome back to another Southern Spotlight. I'm Madeline Walsh, your student body president. Last Tuesday, the SGA Executive Board held the first part of our State of Campus virtually. The State of Campus meeting is our semesterly forum with upper administration, where ideas and concerns directly from the student body are discussed with the intention of creating viable solutions. One concern addressed following the conclusion of this past State of Campus was regarding which days the COVID dashboard, located on the official Florida Southern's website, would be updated. Within 24 hours of that meeting, the college's Vice President for Communications and Marketing informed us that the COVID dashboard would now include a disclaimer regarding the days in which the dashboard would be updated weekly, Monday and Wednesdays by the end of the workday. Last week, we also held President's Circle, where presidents and senators voted on 3 organizations to become SGA recognized. Congratulations to the Student Athlete Advisory Council, the Black Student Union, and the FSC No More campaign for being approved. The next President's Circle will be on Thursday, October 22nd at 6 p.m. The Zoom link can be accessed via Engage. We're also excited to announce our 2020-2021 SGA Cabinet. Congratulations to Senator Sarah Tomlinson, who will be serving as a Sustainability Committee head, Manny Vacquez serving as the Service Committee head, Bella Suarez serving as the Student Life Committee head, and Kyle Herbers serving as the head of the Spirit Committee. We're also pleased to announce that Senator Natalie McGinnis will be the financial assistant for this year. This Thursday, we'll be holding a virtual Senate meeting at 6 p.m. That link can also be found on Engage. That is all for this week's Southern Spotlight. We hope that you have a great week, Mocs. Remember to be like Moxie and mask up. May the Mocs be with you.
Former Mock Jack Roush signed his first professional contract last week. Roush made the announcement on his Twitter account last week that he had signed with Club Urinde Universitario in Prado. Roush, who graduated this past spring, scored 1,219 points and had 780 rebounds in his time as a Mock. Following their win last night, the Rays have taken a 3-0 lead against the Astros in their best-of-7 American League Championship Series. Tampa will go for the sweep tonight with the first pitch coming at 8:40 as the team looks to win their second American League pennant in franchise history. In other MLB news, former Moccasin Matt Joyce wrapped up his 2020 campaign after his Miami Marlins were eliminated by the Atlanta Braves last week in the National League Division Series. The 35-year-old Joyce hit .252 with 2 homers and 14 RBI in 46 games this year. Joyce said that he was, quote, honored to say he was a part of this organization's turnaround in a tweet last week. The 13-year veteran was an all-star back in 2011 with the Rays. Joyce played at FSC from 2003 to 2005 and hit .306 with 22 home runs and 121 RBI. He was the starting right fielder for the 2005 National Championship team before being selected by the Detroit Tigers in the 12th round of that year's MLB draft. He was inducted into the FSC Hall of Fame in 2019. This was his first season in Miami.
Lakeland City Commissioners narrowed down the search to fill the vacant city manager position to 3 finalists Friday. The candidates, Natasha Hampton, Ty Kovich, and Sean Charouse, will be in Lakeland October 19th and 20th for a formal in-person interview and meet and greet with, quote, community stakeholders. Both events are open to residents and members to the public. According to the city news release, each candidate will receive 30 minutes to address attendees, 5 minutes to overview, and 25 minutes to answer questions during the meet and greet at the new Lake Cargo Outdoor Recreation Complex. The next city manager will succeed Tony Delgado, who retired on September 26th after serving in the administrative position since January 2016.
Wisconsin-based restaurant Culver's is under contract on a South Lakeland site, David Hungerford announced via Instagram last week. Hungerford is a commercial advisor for SVN Sounders Ralston Danzler Real Estate Agency. Hungerford replied to independent news publication LKLD Now's request for a site address saying, quote, I wish I could share, but I think it's too early, end quote. The Midwest fast food franchise currently has nearby locations in Winter Haven, Plant City, and Haines City.
Florida's self-declared largest pumpkin, weighing 989 pounds, arrived at North Tampa Pumpkin Patch on Friday. The owners of Bear Groves, a family-run farmers market, purchased the pumpkin during a Michigan auction earlier during the week and had it driven down to Central Florida. The pumpkin will be on display at the farmers market through Halloween, alongside with the market's traditional-sized pumpkins and fresh seasonal produce available for purchase. Visitors can take photos with the nearly 1,000-pound pumpkin free of charge.
The Palm Beach County School Board voted to rehire a former high school principal who was fired last year after emails resurfaced in which he wrote, quote, I can't say the Holocaust was a factual historical event, end quote. Following the 4-3 vote in favor of his rehire, William Latson will receive an administrative position within the district and $152,000 in back pay. The vote comes after a Tallahassee judge ruled Latson was improperly fired back in August on grounds of, quote, ethical misconduct and failure to carry out job responsibilities as students were learning about the Holocaust as required by Florida law. Palm Beach School Superintendent Donald Fennoy, who recommended Latson's firing, supported the judge's recommendation and suggested the former principal be reassigned.
Last week, Miami-Dade commissioners unanimously approved renaming a street after Trayvon Martin, who was killed by a neighborhood watchman in 2012. A portion of the Northeast 16th Avenue will be renamed Trayvon Martin Avenue before the end of this year. Trayvon Martin's death opened conversations about racial profiling and injustices in America. He was 17 at the time of his death. The memorial attributed establishment of the Black Lives Matter movement and the foundation to Martin's death. The city commissioners chose to rename the street to, quote, honor the life and memory of Trayvon Benjamin Martin, end quote.
Virginia's polling registration site was shut down for over 7 hours yesterday during the final day for residents to register after a fiber optic cable was severed. The Virginia Information Technologies Agency said the cable was accidentally cut during a utilities project. Various Virginia politicians have called for an extended deadline to compensate for the site's inoperability to register voters for November's general election, though no such announcements have been made. State Representative Donald Moccasin tweeted, quote, "It is imperative that we extend the deadline to ensure all Virginians have a chance to exercise their right to vote," end quote.
No deaths have been reported after Hurricane Delta made landfall as a Category 2 Friday evening near Creole, Louisiana. 6,000 people were left without power after the hurricane passed through the region. This hurricane comes only 6 weeks after Hurricane Laura hit the same region. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards said in a press conference Saturday evening, quote, "We're going to work as hard as we can and as fast as we can to get everybody's lives right side up again," end quote. Edwards also announced the launch of a website for residents to get updates, information, and resources at hurricanerecovery.la.gov.
And that's your news for the week. We'll be back next Wednesday at 6:30 right here on FSC TV. I'm Andrew Pauling.
And I'm Kenzie Council. Until then, you can follow us on Twitter at TV_FSC or on Facebook at FSCTV.